Welcome to Security with Scott. My name is Scott Beck. I'm the co-star in the Amazon Prime documentary Cybercrime, a two-time best-selling author. And with all that, I actually run a cybersecurity company based in Canada, helping businesses with their IT needs and their security stance. And my goal is to try to provide information to fellow business owners and people how to keep themselves safe in the new, always connected world that we live in. Last few days, we've been hearing a whole lot around the tensions rising from the U.S.-Iran crisis that's currently happening. And as business owners, we may be going, but how is this going to impact us? What's this mean? And yesterday, the U.S. Homeland Security actually put out an alert bulletin to people regarding the growing tensions and crisis. And the interesting thing from when I read it is that it's talking about a lot of the same things that we talk about for hacking for all situations. We should have backups. We should be training our people. We should have a plan of what to do in case something bad does happen. All the typical things. And maybe that's a good topic for me to dive into is what do those different steps look like. The Globe and Mail in Canada today, because I've got people on both sides of the border that view this, and because I'm in Canada, mentioned that as Canadians, we might think, this doesn't matter to us. Well, the Globe and Mail, an opinion piece says that, it does. There's certain obligations under treaties that these growing tensions could impact. But what I want to talk about mainly today is about social media, because one of the big things that Homeland Security points out rightly is that we can expect to start seeing a whole lot more of social media type posts, pro-Iranian, anti-U.S. There's going to be a lot of fake news. As the U.S. president likes to talk about, fake news is going to be big time happening in social media. So this is a good time to kind of have a reminder that, what you read on social media doesn't always mean that it's true. A good example of that was just recently there was a post that was floating around in our neck of the woods that was talking about a big snowstorm that was coming. But if you actually looked at the date of the original post, it was like from 2 years ago. But somebody saw it and went, oh my goodness, there's a big storm coming. And instead of checking with the Environment Canada or with the Weather Service, they just posted this thing out and kept going. Now, that's not a big, dangerous problem, but it is misinformation. And it does give an example of how quickly a lack in judgment of when you're looking at a post and putting it back out there helps spread bad information. The same way that viruses can be spread through these hyperlinks that are going through in social media. So if you are getting a bunch of click this link to see unbelievable pictures and it's coming from somebody you know, but it's not normal for them to send you something like that, it's best to contact them before you click that link. Do not click the link. Contact them directly and say, hey, did you send this to me? My niece had sent me such a link. I was like, she's never sent me something with photos on it. And sure enough, when I contacted her, she was like, no, I didn't send that to you, Uncle Scott. So just know, we're going to start seeing an increase amount of BS on social media. You could call it for what it is. So be vigilant of that. If you see something and it piques your interest or you go, that's just wrong, dig into it a little bit. Do a little bit of research. See if that's actually what is occurring, or is it just more of this hype that is happening, or is it part of a foreign propaganda program that's sending out the misinformation? It's up to us to check our own actions, right? So nobody can tell us what's right and wrong. We need to go take a look at that ourselves before we turn around and try to send that information out to our friends. So, it's not fun watching what's happening in the world stage. There's not a lot that we little people can do. It's happening at a pay grade above us. All we can do is take care of our own actions. So business owners, you should be having stuff in place to protect your business against hacking and cybercrime, because that's, we know there's Iranian groups that have done hacking. Matter of fact, they took down one of the U.S. government's websites and put up pro-Iranian stuff on it just this week. Shows that even the governments don't necessarily have tremendous security in place. Now, in this case, the department was smaller. It wasn't like it was the Department of Defense or anything. It was just a small department. But hackers always look for the weakest links, right? It's kind of like a burglar going around to your house. They rattle the door If the door's locked and the dog's barking, they're going to move on and look for easier targets. Hackers, very similar. They're just throwing stuff out there to try to get in. So business owners, you should be taking steps to protect yourself against hacking. And if you don't know what those steps are, reach out to a professional in your area. Make sure they deal with cybersecurity, because I'm going to tell you a little dirty secret in my industry. A lot of times, people will say, yeah, we do cybersecurity, but they really don't. They're computer repair folks, and they're very good at what they do. Don't get me wrong, but they don't have a background in cybersecurity and what's actually happening. They maybe don't understand properly the different defenses and steps and layers that you have to have in place. I think that's another great webinar that I should be talking about, or another great session for a video later down the road. So let's wrap this one up. I don't want to get it too long. What do you do with this Iranian situation? As I just said, business owners, protect yourself against cybersecurity like you normally would. For everyday users, watch yourself on social media. Make sure you verify the information that you're looking at before you turn around and repost it and keep spreading fake news. All right, I'm going to steal a line from Hill Street Blues. Be safe out there.